Our aim is to develop affectionate robots that can make people smile. Like many people in Britain, I have an affectionate respect for the Queen, and am surprised that I should be having such Republican thoughts. Ghost. I miss him. Is that weird? I miss him even though I invented him. I feel a lot of tenderness toward him. I don't write a lot of stuff that is sad or that is tender and affectionate, so that has a very special place in my heart. My family was loving, they were very supportive and very affectionate, and basically I could do what I wanted, and basically it wasn't anything dangerous, thank God. My dog is vicious to the uninvited guest, lavishly affectionate to the invited one, and so freakishly acute that he has mastered the English language. The musicians are really on board, they're doing a great job together. There is some kind of a good chemistry, I would say affectionate chemistry, and it's a huge promise of success. Imagine trying to be a gay actor, a gay anything in modern Russia, where to be positively oneself, to be affectionate in public with someone you love of the same gender, or to talk of that love in the hearing of anyone under 18, will put you prison. The mixtapes, and a lot of our music, it comes from a place of fandom and appreciation and of respect and of nodding towards stuff that we feel really affectionate towards. The metaphor of the king as the shepherd of his people goes back to ancient Egypt. Perhaps the use of this particular convention is due to the fact that, being stupid, affectionate, gregarious, and easily stampeded, the societies formed by sheep are most like human ones. I love the homely atmosphere of Indore and Bhopal. People here are very warm and affectionate. I will never say a bad word about One Tree Hill. The entire shape of my world changed because of that show, so I'll always be very affectionate toward it. Koreans love to dance, they love to sing. If you actually know Koreans, you see how absurd the stereotype of the Asian robot is. They love to laugh, they're very affectionate. Maybe because of their history of oppression, when they feel you are part of their tribe, they are intensely loyal. I love that about Koreans. I'm an affectionate person. When I've got a girlfriend, I like to be with them as much as possible, and I'm very affectionate. I esteem it the crowning mercy of my life that not only the chief ends I contemplated on becoming a missionary are attained, but I am allowed to see competent, faithful, and affectionate successors actively engaged in the work. A correct answer is like an affectionate kiss. Me and me dad didn't have a great relationship when we were younger. We had a good relationship, but it wasn't an affectionate relationship. We are a total of our sum parts, right? I came from a family of very strong women, black women, and if I go back as far as my great-grandmothers, there was always that love and the ability to be nurturing. Then I grew up in a household where my father was the one who was more affectionate with me. My wife and I are very affectionate. I can be affectionate about a lot of things without watching them. People who can't be witty exert themselves to be devout and affectionate. The severe household has no fierce slaves, but it is the affectionate mother. My feelings towards the newspapers are very affectionate. There are certain characteristics that define a good chimp mother. She is patient, she is protective but she is not overprotective, that is really important. She is tolerant, but she can impose discipline. She is affectionate, she plays, and the most important of all, she is supportive. No greater nor more affectionate honor can be conferred on an American than to have a public school named after him. I'm one of 10 children, and all my brothers call me Jim. And all my sisters, well, they call me something even more affectionate. My mother calls me James, and I do what my mother tells me. Again, I shall be told that the law presumes the husband to be kind, affectionate, and ready to provide for and protect his wife. But what right, I ask, has the law to presume at all on the subject? At the age when other children, I imagine, experience their first feeling for a person, or for art, or for religion, I was affectionate, good, and even pious. By that I mean that under the influence of my mother, I was devoted to the child Jesus. I directed B.B. Newworth in Here Lies Jenny at the Post Street Theatre. I was gobsmacked, the audiences were extremely knowledgeable, affectionate, interested, and not cynical. Even the toughest of eggs to crack will have soppy, soft moments when they feel in love. Usually they'll want to be more physically affectionate in terms of hugging and kissing, and they'll feel more protective towards you. Perhaps I am old-fashioned, but black and white films still hold an affectionate place in my heart. They have an incomparable mystique and mood. My daughter is very strong-willed and is a great kid. She doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, She doesn't fold to peer pressure. I think how affectionate my wife and I have been with her over the years all plays into that. She realizes the more people she is exposed to that kids who have both parents around grow up to be much better people. I see grace as an affectionate refusal of things that just aren't true. With all our power and money and influence, we still can't raise up high over people's consciousness. When I worked with Chinese crew for the first time, including production unit, spot boys etc., everyone was so affectionate, sweet and kind. One of the things I've always loved about queer culture is the openness and passionate curiosity about love, desire and the myriad forms of affectionate ties. We are still so close, David and I. We were at a party the other day at my mom's house and I was sitting on his lap. We're very affectionate, and I looked at him and thought after being married for 11 years. We were the only couple who were even near each other at that party. We're soul mates. Few people have ever seriously wished to be exclusively rational. The good life which most desire is a life warmed by passions and touched with that ceremonial grace which is impossible without some affectionate loyalty to traditional form and ceremonies. And not only my own brothers and sisters agreed so, but my brothers and sisters-in-law, and their children, although but young, had the like agreeable natures and affectionate dispositions. Mel Brooks is an interesting one because he started out making films about stuff that he was totally affectionate about, like musicals, westerns, horror films, Hitchcock films. And then, as they get further on, and you get to Spaceballs, then it's just kind of contrived. My mom was very affectionate but also very loud. My whole house was very loud. My father screamed, my mother screamed, everybody screamed. Mom was very protective of me. Her hands were gentle, and her touch was soothing. She always talked quite a bit, but she was bright and affectionate. I got bored of not feeling affectionate towards girls. Few misfortunes can befall a boy which bring worse consequence than to have a really affectionate mother. We are affectionate BJP and not fascist as termed by the opposition. The severe household has no fierce slaves, while it is the affectionate mother who has the prodigal son. If people want to talk about Bob Dylan, I can talk about that. But my dad belongs to me and 4 other people exclusively. I'm very protective of that. And telling people whether he was affectionate is telling people a lot. It has so little to do with me. I come up against a wall. Jane was my wicked stepmother. She was generous, affectionate and resourceful. She salvaged my schooling and I owe her an unknowable debt for that. One flaw. Sometimes, early on, she would tell me things designed to make me think less of my mother, and I would wave her away, saying, "Jane, this just backfires and makes me think less of you." Comic-Con fans are so affectionate, and it's always a lovely way to start a new season. My father superintended the English part of my education, and to his care I am indebted for anything valuable which I may have acquired in my youth. He was my only intelligent companion, and was both a watchful parent and an affectionate friend. All I know is that my fans have been really wonderful and affectionate. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.